What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world with the name COLTOX. I am joined today with my boy Mo. Most of you guys on Instagram know him as TheMFMoeFlex. He is going to be telling us, I don't want to say anything of what he does and who he is and everything. We're going to kind of reveal that as we go through this podcast. But I just wanted you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm 30 years old.
Wow, I actually didn't even realize that. No way.
Yeah, I'm 30 years old. So it's weird. There's this new technology that's out that's crazy. It's called a shaver. If I shave, I swear to you, I get down, it looks like I'm 20 years old. And then with a full-on haircut.
You still look like, okay, I'm 21. I look like a baby. I know that. I'm
right. You do look young.
I look even younger than 21. But you are, I didn't know you were 30. Before.
Yeah, I'm 30 years old, man. I just turned 30 last year. So this year I'm going to be 31.
Okay, that means the stuff we're going to be talking about is even more inspirational because you're 30 and there's a lot of guys when they get to 30 and just pretty much anyone when they get to 30, it's like starts stuff going down, but for you're starting, it's going up. Everything's going up.
Yeah, exactly. There was this point in my life where I just you get to I feel like I was eating my depression. I think a lot of people do that. I know it was me for sure. And I would be just so hard and I wouldn't want to let people in. So in order to change that around, I was working at Amazon and I just remember one of my friends said, "Hey, listen to this podcast. It'll toughen you up." And I was like, and it was back in the day when he sent that to me 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I thought to myself, nah, there's no way I'm gonna listen to this. And I played it 15 minutes. I couldn't find the value in it. But 4 years later, I was just like, I'm done just being depressed. I'm done not being happy. I'm gonna listen to this podcast. Maybe this guy will toughen me up. Next thing you know, I listen to it. I'm like, okay. Whoa, it's just like those mind wows. It's just like, wow, it's like your ah moment, to where just something hit you. And I remember there's this one specific quote that just hit me so hard. And that's when I just went forward and
Really? So, I mean, it was the right timing, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, you heard those things before.
I've heard it before.
Cringy, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
Believe in yourself.
But this is the quote. This is the quote that changed it, man. It was by Ben Newman. It's off the Real AF show with Andy Frisella. He's pretty big, And so pretty much Ben Newman says this: "Why not give it 100%? When it's 100% your choice?" And right then and there, I just got so mad at myself for all those days. For all those days I just wasted. For all those days that I just took for granted, and all those days I would just put that bad food inside my body, and I was just eating, like I said, dude, I'm telling you, strawberry shortcakes, chips and nacho cheese. I remember the Sam's Cola. Oh, the Sam's Cola, you can get that $2.50, you know what I'm saying? And I would just eat it and I would just consume it and I would just keep doing that, play video games all day, just just get to the next day. I was just in such a deep depression and stuff. So, like I said, I said I wanted to change, and then boom, I've always been into fitness. I've been in and out, kind of like a roller coaster, So, and then finally, I just, I swear, the one thing that led me to where I am right now is association. Just imagine, if you spoke to 100 people every single day, and those 100 people were negative, your thoughts inside your head are now negative. Now your own association is negative. So now you're your own worst enemy. So I started listening to Andy Frisella. I started listening to podcasts. I went from 1 to 300. And hearing that, all those voices inside my head from all the special guests and whatnot, it helped influence the way I thought. And I stopped listening to all the garbage that was out there telling me that I couldn't do it, that I'm a loser, that I'm dumb, that I have buck teeth, that I have messed up toes or whatnot, or I'm just, just a freak or whatnot, because I've been called it all. And you know what? And since I've been called it all, I used to do it too. One of my best friends, you're fat. You're 4 eyes. You're ugly. dude, if you're not gonna do the workout, don't even do it all. That was the kind of person I was before, you know, and it killed me inside. And you know, I lost that friend too. I lost that friend, but yet, you know, I still hold on to it because that's what made me also, like, that was like kind of one of the building stepping stones for me to change. That was 2016 of May, right before I graduated Yuba College, you know. I remember he graduated 2015 and he graduated, I was there for him. And he spoke at the graduation in the morning. He did the commencement breakfast graduation. And then I remember looking up to him, I was like, man, I want to do what you did. And then it was my year. And I was like, okay, I want to do one a little bit better. I actually spoke at the commencement graduation and I got everyone. I was like, yeah, let's, you know, I'm very good with the energy. I'm very good with people and stuff. And I was able to lift the crowds up. The only thing that sucked is that he wasn't in the crowd. That ate me up. It still eats me up. And it still actually eats me up till this day, knowing that I hurt my best friend that I considered a brother.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, and then I knew from that day, I was like, I'm not going to lose another friend. So I did my best every single day to try to get a little bit better. But, you know, even throughout that time, I still had that depression because I lost him. I cried over him for about a year or two. Yeah. Like, seriously, like, because I care about my friends. I care about people. You know.
So he was someone that was really close to you.
Super close.
And it was kind of like that progression of you're starting to figure out, like, you don't want to be where you're at. And then you're more introspective now. You're looking into yourself and you're like, oh, here's the reason I'm where I am. So it wasn't until you figured out where you were and like how you got there that you were the reason you were in that place.
Yeah, it was.
You were able to dig yourself out. But then, like, you kind of beat yourself up for a little while instead of putting the energy somewhere else. You kind of were like, oh man, like, why this, why, and like focusing on the past, huh?
No, for sure, because I just think to myself, I could have, like, it was probably the association back in the day that I had that made me think those things, because like, even the growing up, like, my family wasn't like all the healthiest and whatnot, but you know, and my religion prevented me from really socializing with a lot of people like normal kids did, you know.
Like how so?
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was raised. No,
I'm not super familiar.
Yeah, so I just wasn't allowed to hang out with any friends. I couldn't do any holidays, no birthdays, no nothing of that kind of sort. So you know how that affects a kid psychologically as a kid. Yeah.
Wait. So it was. So does that mean you could only, in the Jehovah's Witnesses, you can only hang out with Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yes, I had kids come over to my house, and then my dad would say, "He's not here," and I was right there, right behind the door. And I'd go in my room and cry.
That's crazy.
I always wanted to be around people. I was so tired of being alone.
Yeah.
I hated being alone. And then finally when I got like my first set of friends and stuff, like you know, and my mom, like, I invited them over, and this time she was like, no, you can't have them over. I was like, yes, I can. It's like, no, you can't. And then we had a huge fight. And then that was the day where my mom said, okay, fine. You know, it was, I'm just being really nice. It was really bad, a really bad fight. But, you know, sometimes you need to have a war in order to have peace. Unfortunately, we need to have war to have peace.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with kids. Like Jordan B. Peterson in his book, The 12 Rules for Life. I don't know if you've read that book
I have not.
I would recommend it.
Okay, because I read a lot, so, but go ahead.
Yeah, he talked about how, like, for his kids and everything, it was better to come in strong, to win that first war, to win, you know, a couple battles or whatever, so that eventually you would win the entire war. You know, like his kids, like, they would misbehave or something, or they wouldn't want to eat. Like, and a good example is, like, his kid wouldn't want to eat, so he spent 2 hours, you know, you are going to eat, you are going to eat, like, when I give you this spoon, you are going to eat, and he spent 2 hours, you know, and forced his kid to eat, like, as like a baby. And that baby, like, realized, you know, after that struggle and everything, it finally gave in, it fell asleep, it was happy, he fell asleep, they were both happy. It was a really cool moment in his book, but he talks about it, like, the same in, like, so many aspects of life. You've got to talk about the hard stuff, you've got to deal with that hard stuff, you've got to figure out that hard stuff, like what you're talking about right now. I
feel like you've dealt with some of that kind of stuff too, because I could see how, like there's different. So I always pay attention. I'm very analytical. Your body posture right now, you're very relaxed. Me, I'm like kind of forward, just like ready to go.
Yeah.
See,
well, I mean, this is my house.
Yeah,
so.
that too. yeah. And even at my own house, it's still the same way. I'm just like always ready to go. Like, I think I need to still find that inner calm to actually fully relax and let my body be able to be, like I said, 100% relaxed, because I don't know how it really feels to be. Even when I was in Mexico, we were just like, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know what it is to really relax anymore. But then again, I wasted all that time in the past. I think that's also what's not allowing me to relax anymore, because I know my time is short.
Yeah. Do you, like, when you go to sleep at night, do you feel like sad because you're missing out on that time?
No.
You actually love sleep. You love sleep.
I love sleep.
Interesting.
Sleep is very
Beautiful.
important. It's very important. It's very beautiful. It's how I get to my next day.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So in that case, it's pretty much just, you feel like you're kind of like point A to B instead of the journey. It seems like you're like, I gotta get this done, and then like you're task oriented instead of like, oh, let's just go with the flow. Let's just enjoy life.
Yeah. So every day I write down what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And then I write
you're very task oriented.
And then I write my affirmations of what's going to happen. So the way I think of it too, because like I said, I listen to all these podcasts. So now it's in my head like this. I'm like, okay, every day I do my tasks, I get one brick. And that one brick, I place it right here. All right, I do it the next day. Now I get another brick, put it right there. Some days I win more than once, so I get to play down 2 bricks. You know, so eventually you keep doing this for over 5, 6, 7, 8 years, how long it takes, you're gonna build your house. But it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. I know that now, because like once I fully committed to changing myself, bettering myself, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, more people are coming towards me now, because they're reaching out to me like, wow, Mo, like you're inspiring. Like, I want to work out, or wow, I never thought of it that way. Like, no one ever posts stuff like that before, you know, or because like I said, you don't see real anymore on Facebook or Instagram. You don't see it. You don't see it. And
I think it's so cool. Like you're working Amazon right now, so I see like you're in your Amazon vest and everything. You walk in, you're doing deliveries. Honestly, I mean, to many people in our consumeristic society, you are their hero because you're delivering. You're delivering.
I'm Santa. Here we go. Here's your package. Another successful delivery. You know, I'm just I love like talking to people too. I remember there's one lady. Like I walked all the way around her house, and it was long, and I made sure to put the package in the front door. Just if I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna do it right. I do it right 100% every single time. So I remember doing it, and then she comes out, she's like, wait, and then like she was like, I want to thank you for coming over here. The last time someone came, they dropped the packages all the way on the far right. I didn't find them until like 3 days later. I was like, oh man, well that's not me, and that'll never be me. And pretty much at the end of that conversation, she goes like, I can tell you like to make people happy. And she smiled at me and she's like, you're a really good person. And then I was like, thank you so much. That means a lot. I didn't know that person. I went into my van, I cried.
Yeah.
Like it was so meaningful, like for a stranger just to pick up that kind of energy off of me, and you don't even know me, but you know enough just within that 5-minute conversation to see what kind of person you're talking to.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, like I just feel like I just want to experience what being human is instead of actually being a human being, not a human doing. You've heard of that saying before.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to like feel everything, and and it's been showing, it's been working too. Like I said, I allow myself to feel more than I ever have before, because before with my depression, I would just lock up. No one could ever get through. Not even my best friends. I couldn't even open up to them because I was too scared. You know, and not too long ago, I actually opened up to my fiance. This is the first time I ever opened up to any woman like this. So I was at 223 pounds, and I did my Mind Transformation Challenge. And at the end of it, I cut my hair, and I was weighing about 186. Actually, I'm still weighing 186 now, but I'm a bigger 186. Well, but I cut my hair, and I looked in the mirror, and my friend cut my hair, but I looked in the mirror in the morning, and I just stared, and I was like, I don't know who this is. I was so scared. I just couldn't not. I don't know who you are. Who are you? And it just. This deep darkness inside me just went rushing through all my body. I was just gonna stay in the living room and cry and hold that in and just let it consume me. But I told myself, if I'm ever gonna grow as a person, I need to let someone in. So I woke my lady up and I told her what was going on, and I just cried. Wow. I cried for 10 minutes. And I know it sounds like, damn, Mo, you cry a lot. Well, it's I don't think I cried enough.
You making up all that lost time?
Yeah. It's just because I've never really faced my feelings before. And I think a lot of people are afraid to do so. And I feel like the best way to face it is with someone that you love, that cares about you, that will be there for you. Because if you face it alone, you may not catch yourself. But if you face it with someone that loves you, that cares for you, they're gonna make sure they do everything to keep you up. They're gonna catch you, and they're gonna lift you up, and they're gonna tell you it's gonna be okay, and they're just gonna love you. It's just straight, genuine love. Something that is so hard to find nowadays, but I'm so happy and lucky to have found that.
Let's just take a brief moment. Like look at you cheesing, man. That is so good. I'm so happy for you because I saw the pictures. Yeah. You went to Mexico.
Right. It was Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, I don't know where that is, but it sounds fancy.
It's actually one of the cheapest places to go. Okay. One of the biggest reasons why I went there too. But it was extremely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I met incredible people. I'm pretty sure how you do. I bet you meet a lot of people too. Like this guy right here, I'm telling you, very sociable, loves everyone. Oh, just I wish I could go on some of the trips that he's gone with to meet the people you've met.
Yeah, I've met some pretty amazing people, and I'm hoping to get them on the podcast. I mean, you're one of the first ones, so congratulations, man.
You know, I want this for you, okay? I want you to envision yourself 5-6 years from now being that #1 podcast, being able to touch people's hearts, be able to relate with them like other people can't, you know? And I'll tell you this, the only way that doesn't happen, there's only one way that it doesn't happen. If you don't do the work, day in, day out. Yeah. That's it.
And that leads us into your transformation. Like seriously, when I saw you only a year ago, maybe, like when we first met or whatever, like you weren't fat. But
I was a little husky.
You were a little husky, chubby, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, you were still well built. I mean, yeah. But when I saw you, what was it, like a month? I don't remember. Like last time I saw you.
I think it was like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
When we were at Denio.
Oh yeah, when we went to the food market.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this dude's hulking up. This dude is like, this dude's Goku now. Like, what the heck?
Goku with the long hair, didn't care. You know, now I got the short hair, kind of care.
Yeah.
No.
How did it happen?
So, like I said, I would listen to those podcasts over. And there was one specific podcast as well that introduced me to another guy that I started listening to. And this guy was nutrition. Okay. So this is what took my nutrition to the next level. His name is Sean Stevenson, and I've actually messaged him. We actually talked back and forth, and he's a huge he's the #1 podcast nutritionist in the world. Really? So yeah, he's #1.
He's gonna be on the podcast next.
Yeah, we're gonna get Sean on here. Sean, you're coming, baby. You already know. And he honestly loves helping out people that are like really into like, you know, making something for themselves. So it wouldn't surprise me if he was to help you out. He's incredible. He's very knowledgeable. That's where I get a lot of my information from. I do a lot of reading too. But so while I was doing this transformation challenge, like I said, I was listening to the podcast. I heard Sean Stevenson. At the same time, I was also doing a program called 75 Hard, which is 2 workouts a day. Read a book, self-development book of 10 pages, drink a gallon of water a day, stick to a diet, and take a progress picture every single day. No hesitation. 1 workout must be outside, and 1 workout must be inside. Or you can have them both outside, but 1 must be outside, no matter what. Doesn't matter rating conditions or whatnot. And man, there was that. Remember that storm? That huge storm that we had that knocked up over there?
Oh, that was like a month ago.
That was a month ago. I walked my butt right through it. Yep. Yeah. Me and my dog Aries. I came back drenched sweat. I was kind of scared, but I said, nothing is gonna stop me. And I said, I walked in the storm.
That's incredible. Like that kind of takes me out of, you know how you're like sitting in your house or whatever, and sometimes you have those moments where you're like, I wonder what my neighbor's doing. Or you're driving down the road and you're like, look at all these cars. Where are they going? Like, where's that random guy in the Corvette going? Where's the guy in the Prius going? Like, I'm ADHD, so I'm always thinking those thoughts and everything.
Yeah. I feel that too.
I'm always thinking those thoughts and everything, and I have to calm my mind down. But That's funny because I just thought about that. Like, what if I was just like sitting on the couch watching Netflix? You're out there going through that storm, which, by the way, this storm, I've been in tropical storms, and I've been in Florida, I've been in the islands, in Micronesia, I've been in Hawaii. I've been in storms all over the place. This was just about, not quite, but just about a tropical storm.
Yeah.
Like this was good for California. This was a good storm.
That storm tore down so many fences. It tore down so many trees, and I mean big trees, like giant trees. I saw trees like were flipped upside down. I was like, dang, Goku hit you or something? Like with his pinky? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
No, but yeah, so I went through that storm, but nothing was gonna stop me. And like I said, so I was doing that program. And then every single day I was at Amazon, I would get like, 10, 15 miles a day just walking from there. And the whole day I'd be listening to my podcast, my nutritional podcast now. So I started listening to that. And then he started giving me tips on health. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. And next thing you know, I'm walking out in the, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, cold shower. That way I rise my cortisol levels. Cortisol is a stress hormone that breaks you down throughout the day. So it's always good to have a good flow of cortisol. So
even in the winter, like you're doing cold showers no matter what now?
No matter what, it doesn't matter. Just only in the morning. Because it's only good to shock your body in the morning.
Okay, so at night, do you do 2 showers a day then? Because you work out? So you work out so much you have to
the cold shower is only for the morning.
Okay.
And my hot shower is for nighttime. Because nighttime, I'm getting ready, prepare myself for bed to get a really good rest. So I get those deep sleep and get more weight loss and more bodybuilding too. Because you break down during the day and you grow during night when you sleep. Most people have it the wrong way. They're like, oh, I'm getting big in the gym. Nah, bro, you're getting actually smaller. So you're breaking down. You're breaking your muscles. You're ripping. You're tearing.
Yeah.
They're getting those small.
You only feel like you're better because of that inflammation.
Yeah, it's inflammation. It's that blood flow. You're getting, man, thinking about it, I can just get a pump right now. But yeah, I started taking I started learning about the hormones and everything and how to help, how to maximize my potential. And now I got the body of Rambo. I'm like, holy moly.
Pause, but yes, you do. It's incredible how far you've come, and you went through actual storms.
I went through storms. Rain or shine, I was there, And now I'm in the second transformation challenge. So, and this time I actually have a team with me. Now I'm not doing it alone. I got 13 people with me that are on the journey with me. So, and I'm coaching them through it, making sure I got today's Motivation Monday. We got, Fire Wednesdays, or actually no, it's Weigh-In Wednesday, my bad. Weigh-In Wednesday, and then I kind of want to copy the stuff off of what I've heard before, but why not? I'm with their brand, might as well. So you got Thursday Thunder, you got Friday Fire, let's go, So I always want to give people something motivational, something good energy to put out there so that they can consume that. So, and now that I'm in the second transformation, like I said, the first time I did by myself. Now I got a team with me. Now I got people that can help along the way, not just myself. And I got a bodybuilding show, June 12th of 2021. This coming up. It's like 60 days away.
So what's going on with that?
It's a physique challenge, or a physique competition. So it's just pretty much whoever has the best physique, which is going to be me, because I do more work. I'm gonna give you guys a secret. Y'all gonna, all you bodybuilders out there, y'all gonna be like tearing it apart. You go or maybe you might make fun of me. Either or. If you're with me, great. If you're not with me, great. So check this out. Hula hoop, 5 pound hula hoop, or you can even get a heavier one. Do it for an hour a day. That's what I do in the morning. I'm just reading my book and hula hooping.
Cardio, wow.
And it tears up my core so bad. And I'll recommend this to anybody. So the first day, do it. The second day, don't do it. It's gonna hurt so bad you can't do it anymore. You have to let your muscles recover because you're tearing everything up, and it's bad. It's really bad. I couldn't do it for 2 days, honestly. So I did it one day because I know how it worked. One day on, and then I took 2 days off, and then went back to it because now it was like manageable soreness. I can get through it, and now I can do it for an hour plus every single day. So I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. And every single day I burn about like 3,500 calories. That's about as much as I eat.
Okay, I'm getting distracted. My dog is just being a jerk right now. So we're gonna take a quick break.
Quick break.
Okay, guys, this is the commercial break, actually, that you guys have been waiting for. I'd just like to remind you guys, hit that like button, okay? It really helps us out, really keeps the YouTube algorithm throwing us up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more podcast episodes, more of my adventure videos. And I really want to give a shout out. I'm so happy that he came all the way out here. TheMFMoeFlex. His Instagram will be one of the first links down in the description just because he was a guest today. And definitely go give him a follow because he is making big moves.
Yeah, that's the MoFlex 199. And then if you guys didn't know, I got Colton over here and he has a Patreon account. It's actually a subscription base. It actually helps support the show and make him do what he does every single day. Helps provide this amazing content to make sure that you guys are entertained and not just entertained, educated.
Bam. Yes, definitely, guys. Really, it means a lot if you go support me on Patreon. The link will be down below.
There we go.
All right, and I guess it transitions back somehow. All right, back to the podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
We are right back after the break.
Yeah, it's had a good break right now.
Where were we? We were talking about into your physique challenge.
Okay, yeah, the physique challenge. So yeah, that's June 12th, like I said. Yeah, I plan on dominating. So the one thing I have in my head, like I said, I've associated myself with some of the smartest people in the world, and that's through my podcast, and that's through, doing Amazon, listening. I have the choice to either listen to music or listen to podcasts and get smarter. So I just choose, let's get smarter.
Yeah.
I can listen to music on my way home or something, whatnot. But while I'm at work, I'm actually double dipping, So this is how I think with this competition coming in. I'm dominating. I'm not even going with the thought of even a chance of losing. Or a chance for second place or a chance for third place. No, because when you go with that kind of mindset inside there, you're leaving a crack. Why would you want to crack? That's a chance for you to break in a second. Because did Michael Jordan break within those last seconds of making that free throw or that 3-pointer? No, he was in the zone. He was just in the mood, because if he would hesitate just for even a second,
Done,
gone. Yeah, he would have made it. You can't hesitate. When you're competing at high levels, you must be in the zone, beyond the zone. I'm serious. You just gotta have it. Just some people have it, some people don't. Some people can create it, and the only way to create it is by being around that kind of association. That way it comes a part of you, and you start to feel it, and you start to recognize, and then you're like, this is mine. And you ever heard of Tia Claire?
I have not.
Okay,
no.
Tia Claire. Pretty badass. She's a pretty cool girl. She's probably one of the strongest women in the world. And she has a great quote too. Why stop at great when you can be unstoppable? And I was just like, oh my God. Oh, one thing I wanted to pick out just to show you something that's pretty cool. This is maybe not a lot for some people, but it was a lot for me. The last day of the first transformation challenge, it was day 72, I believe. I was doing 30 miles that day. I said, no matter what, I'm gonna hit 30 miles.
30 miles running,
just all together, walking, running, all of it.
Almost like triathlon. Do you swim as well, or is that something not?
Oh shit!
Not yet.
I should swim. That would be nice. I swim when I went to, no. It's too hot.
We got a pool right here.
It's too hot. No. Okay. No. That day, I just remember I woke up in the morning, did 6 miles. And then we went on the Feather Falls hike. That was about 11 miles. Got back and I was like, oh my God, I only have 18 miles. That means I had 12 miles left and I had to get it done before 9:59 because it was Eastern Central Time. So they're 2 hours ahead.
So you're tracking all of this.
Mm-hmm. So I'm at 18 miles. I'm like, oh my God. I was like,
you're driving. You're like, does this count?
Oh no. So as soon as we got to the house, I got inside, drank a quick protein shake. I needed some quick energy source. So I drank a protein shake. And then, oh my God, I ran out of my house. I was at 24 miles and I put my podcast in. I was like, I need some help, guys. I need some help. So I played that podcast. It's called Unstoppable, off of 75 Hard. So I listened to it, I put it in my head and I just kept running and then they said, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your family. I was like, I'm doing this for my family. So I was yelling out, I was pumping myself up because at 24 miles, 6 miles into running, without stopping, I didn't stop. Wow. I didn't stop. I was like, I'm not stopping. My legs were torn, everything. I had blisters on my feet. I had blisters on my feet from the hike because like sand was getting inside, the rocks were getting inside there, it was causing blisters. I had blisters all on my feet. So I switched my shoes, I got into these shoes, and I was like, okay, put some new socks on real quick. And like I said, I did the run, and then like my blisters, I could just feel them like just like popping and stuff in my foot. And I told myself, I'm doing this for my family, I'm doing this for my little brother, especially for my little brother. My little brother's got autism. And he looks at me as his biggest hero. And he goes, you're the winner, Momo. Because I told him every single day, you're a winner, you're a genius. And every time we get out the phone, he always tells me, I'm a winner, I'm a genius.
That's fantastic. Let's just, I just got to take a moment. That is awesome. Like, you're such an amazing big brother to that. That's so cool.
I just post about him, and sometimes it makes me sad too, because I'm like, I wish I was there for you more, but since I'm not there, I'm gonna give it 100% every single day. Every single day.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And I think it's cool that you're inspiring him as well.
Yeah, he reads now. He didn't used to read before. So first little book he had is like a little Lego book, and then he 5 pages a day, just 5 pages a day, just like his big brother, you know?
Yeah.
He's like,
I think it's so cool. This is like kind of drifting off to the side, but I think it's so cool how our mindset shifted on a lot of these diseases, a lot of dispositions people are born with or like become. When we're starting to realize, okay, like there's talents that people with autism have. They're analytical talents.
You can really unlock the potential with them as long as you practice and you encourage, like, you know, like if you say the right words, like I said, you're a genius and you're a winner. And he believes it so much. So check this out. He's reading really slow, right? Really slow. And then next thing you know,
improvement.
No, I mean, he was going fast. He was reading so fast. I was like, what the hell did we just do right now? I was like, my jaw dropped. My little brother was reading so quick.
It's all in the mind.
It's all in the mind. It really is.
That's crazy.
I knew it. I knew we could unlock it. I knew it was possible because, you know, everyone has that potential to unlock that winner inside them. I feel like people are so scared and they lock that person up, and you have two voices in your head. Okay, you got that voice that says, stay in bed, don't do it. You can do it another day. The dishes, that's just one dish. Don't do it. You know, you got that voice inside your head, and that one's super loud. That negative voice, that's the one that you've heard throughout all your life. All those bad people, all those things, that's them, along with yourself, you know?
Yeah,
it's like you're in the mix.
It's more of your really strong emotional side too.
Right. And then the boss voice, the one that says, hey, you can do it. That one's like, hey, you can do it.
It's like whispering.
It's very small. It's very small. And this used to be my voice that was very like weak, that would tell me not to do it, was super loud. It's like a microphone. You can do it. You can do it. That's how it felt towards me. But now it's like reverse. Now it's this way. Now my boss voice says, you can do it. You are doing it. It's done.
And that's what's so incredible, honestly, about every single time I hang out with you. I'm just like, you're so positive. You're so, sometimes I'm like, he's a little too, like there'll be times where my mind goes, this guy's a little too positive. He doesn't understand what the world's like. This guy's like innocent, you know? I mean, and it's crazy because I was like, man, what is he like? He's probably like the same age as me. He like hasn't lived that, like we haven't lived that long or whatever. I mean, you still haven't lived that long, but it's crazy that you're 30 and you look this young, you're doing this well, and you're building yourself up. I think that's
definitely. And it's not just building me. In order to build me up more, I need to build up others.
And that's, oh man, every single time I see you interacting with other people, you brighten their day.
I do my best.
You inspire them in some way, and you're so committed to it. It's like a good comedian.
Oh, it's every day.
You're so committed to it, like a good comedian's act, where we like, that's funny only because he committed.
Right.
But you're inspiring and not cringy because you commit full. Like you're so committed to it, it's not cringy. Like if someone that's just like spouting off like all these random quotes and everything that like isn't actually committed to it, isn't actually fulfilling the dreams and stuff they're talking about. It's easy to say things. It's like, what are you doing? And so when people see you actually completing these things, like you're becoming a trainer. I guess that we can transition into that. Like
I'm a coach. I'm a coach and an advisor for First Form.
Wow.
Now.
So I saw there like you're linking up with them and through your Instagram and everything, and you're working with them.
Yeah.
Are you planning on like making this a career?
Oh, 100%. And I'm going to be an athlete for them as well. So eventually I will be an athlete. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. and I already know it. And it's just, I believe in what they do. It's just like, I want to help people. That's what they want to do, and they have the same mission as me. So guess what? I link with good people, and I give praise to the good things. I give praise to, if you did a good job on your homework, I'll be like, yes. If you had a hard day at work and you kicked work's butt today, congratulate you on that. If you, just like, even if you just went to the gym, it was your first time, good job. I'm here to pump you up.
That's the worst. The first day back in is the worst.
Well, the first day is really the worst.
You're like, never again. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep my body where it's at. I'm going to work. Because, yeah, man, I've had to restart a few times, and
No, I feel it. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, now I'm all about nutrition. Like, if I was to give somebody maybe like just a couple pointers on how to get started to get fit, the one thing I would say, actually there's two things, and they're really, really easy, and it's very abused. One is we got to have our water. Water creates oxygen with your body. Allows the nutrients to get transported towards your body and keep you healthy. Okay, so people are super dehydrated. Two is sleep. People don't get enough sleep. They go to bed around like 12, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. when your body says you should be sleeping. You're throwing off your internal clock. You're throwing off your sleep cycles. And it's very important to me that people get sleep, because when you don't get sleep, this is why I stress it so much. So for you, I really want you to go to, like, make a goal to get to bed by 10:30 or 11. Try to get like 7-8 hours of sleep. And the thing is, the reason why is melatonin is your anti-cancer hormone. Okay. This is what helps fight cancer. It also helps you sleep. It's like the sleepy hormone. How it's activated is in the pineal gland within your brain. As soon as you see darkness, that activates melatonin.
Really? And it's not just following the clock cycle that you've set up. It's like if you go in a cave, or like you can manipulate melatonin. If you're in a cave long enough, your body will start to think, oh my God, it's nighttime. Kind of like how casinos do. Casinos will keep it a daylight atmosphere, saying that there's no darkness inside a casino whatsoever. So that's why you're able to stay past 1, 2 o'clock without getting tired, because they're tricking your hormones to stay up. Yeah, they do. I mean, they have. I mean, obviously it's to get your attention as well. They have flashing lights everywhere. They have, but everything is just
those
lit up.
Those blue lights that you see on your TV, on your phone, especially at the casinos. Those blue lights are. Our skin has it absorbs those lights, and so what happens is that when our eyes see that blue light, it suppresses our melatonin. Sometimes it can suppress it from anywhere from 1.5 hours to 3 hours, depending on how long you're on your phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about drugs like caffeine or anything.
We're not even talking about drugs or caffeine now. And then people are wondering, why can't I go to bed? It's because your brain's still so active, and you suppress your melatonin, which is supposed to make you sleepy. Because if you're in darkness, just imagine you're in darkness, you can go to sleep. Now put light in front of your face. Now your eyes, like, it starts to open up, and it's like, oh wow, that's how you suppress melatonin, because light will suppress your sleepiness. So think of it that way. And the same thing in the morning. As soon as sun hits, and as soon as light hits your body, now you're activating cortisol. Cortisol is activated through you being up.
And you said that you take cold showers to enhance that in the morning.
Yeah, I enhance that in the morning. You want to have cortisols up like 10, 11, 12, 13, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then you want it to kind of go down towards 4, 5, 6. And then as soon as the dark hits, and then it'll start to go real down. And then that's because when cortisols are up, melatonin's down. And then when cortisol goes down, melatonin goes up. That's how that works. And that's how people get good night rest. So in order to increase that, you want to make sure to go outside as well. At least get 15, 30 minutes of sun each day. 70% of the population is deficient in vitamin D. And vitamin D runs over 1,000 processes what's inside your body.
Yeah. And it's crazy that some people, that people don't realize, supplement. Like, if you're really not going to go outside, at least supplement Because there'll be times in the winter when I'm studying, like I'm always in my room
Definitely.
in college studying.
You'll get a cold if you don't take it.
You'll get sick, or like you'll face seasonal depression,
Yep.
or you'll just feel bad. And I didn't realize this my freshman year. Then my sophomore year, I was like, I have to.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
when
gonna give you
it's-
another tip on that too. Make sure if you're gonna get a supplement of vitamin D or any supplement in general, make sure it's a capsule. Don't get a hard pressed tablet. Hard pressed tablet, they spray preservatives on it to keep it on the shelf life longer, so they can have it there for like 6 years and it not go bad. So that's why you want to get in the capsule, so it's easy, dissolvable, goes right inside there. And plus, if you do a digestive, or if you do the hard pressed tablet, it doesn't digest all the way sometimes, and it can stay inside your stomach for 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I do a lot of stuff, a lot of nutrition, but like I said, the first thing I would do is just water, focus on intaking water, and then second is sleep. That right there alone, and just add a little bit of sunlight, you're gonna start losing weight and just feeling healthier because you're getting charged. We are energy.
So you're saying just from drinking
Water.
enough water, because I feel like hardly any of us actually drink enough water. There's very few people that I think drink as much water as they should. And I mean, I carry like my 1 liter Nalgene's around with me now, just to make sure that I'm like drinking and everything. Make sure if I feel, you know, even a little bit dehydrated, especially when it's warm outside, like, man, I drink like a full liter, just like right there. And
I want to give you, I know you're talking right now. I kind of want to give you a cool example right now. So.
Okay.
All right, so check this out, guys. All right.
yeah, you got lots of cord length.
I got lots of cord?
Here, put
Okay.
this in your pocket.
All right, cool. So check this out, guys. Here, hold this cup. And this is your cup.
All right, all right.
All right.
That's my cup.
Tea, this, and we'll pretend this is soda, okay? We'll pretend this is like a rock star. This is a rock star. This is a Sierra Mist, and here's some tea. Just imagine, I poured some of this in there. I poured this in here, and I poured some of the rock star in here. And just let's say, Coke. I poured some Coke in there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now let's
we got
say
a really nasty mix in here. All right.
All right. Let's say you drank that all like throughout the day. Let's just say, but it's all separate cups.
Okay. Okay.
All right. That's your DNA for the day. You made your DNA. I make my DNA every single day with water. A lot of people don't ever really think about it that way, because you're combining all those chemicals, and that's what's supposed to hydrate your body for the day. That's what's supposed to give you oxygen. So, and you're not really doing yourself a favor when you're drinking all the soda, and when you're drinking all the Monsters, and then the coffee, and then of this, and then of that. You know, all those combined, that's how you create your DNA for the day.
All right. Well, I drank this instead.
And then I'll tell you one more cool thing. So I choose to have a thermos, right, like this one, right? So that way it's BPA free, 100%. So plastics like this
Yeah.
have fake estrogen.
He's gonna call me out on the plastics.
No, it's all good. No, I'd rather have you drink this than a soda, because at least this is still going to hydrate your body. You're still going to get a lot of benefits from it than vice versa. A soda is just going to tear down your body, tear down your teeth, tear down your skin, tear down your bones, tear down your liver, tear down everything. It's it's like you're asking to like. Well, we're not going to go all in deep into it, but yeah, I could go very deep, you know, like, because there's a lot that we have here, but I think we got a good amount of, you know, information out there to help people start, you know, just like I said, sun, water, sleep, you know, and then
and even so you're saying even before you begin exercising, even before you make your plan, you have to already get your lifestyle in the right place.
Oh yeah.
Begin it.
And remember, like I said, association. If you're not good with yourself in your head, you're not going to commit to what the idea is, you know. But I have a very like big picture and goal of what I want in my life, you know, because I know for me, I want a huge house to where I can move my mom and my little brother in, you know, and it's going to happen. That's why every single day I put the brick down.
Yeah, you're building. So you actually have a plan. You have a dream, and you like fully crafted. Obviously, you haven't fully crafted the idea of how you're going to get to that dream.
No, I know how I'm going to get there.
You know exactly how you're going to get there.
It's by being me. By being me, by being real, by caring, by doing the right thing, by working.
Yeah.
By, you know, like I said, it's You just got to continue. You got to be consistent, day in, day out work. And that's all it is, you know. You can't build an empire in a year. Unless you have, like, you know, like Bill Gates as your father. Shout out Bill Gates. Okay.
unless you have a lot of money, yes.
Right. Unless you already have a good advantage. But if you're like most people, and I'm like most people, you got to work for it. You really got to work for it. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to get what you want. And there's two types of hard in life you can have. You can have the hard life that's going to pay you minimum wage, that's not going to give you a good life, or you can have the hard life that you have to work a little bit extra harder, put in a little extra harder, you know, extra work, and you can actually be rich and be successful and do all and support your family and help out more people. So which hard do you want?
Well, exactly, but I mean, a lot of people look at this situation and they don't know where to start. Like, where are you starting right now? Like, where are you at in this journey of being successful? You're working harder, but what exactly are the actual things that you're doing that are actually going to bring you to that success, to that wealth, to that house?
Oh, well, like I said, so always continuing to write down what I'm going to do. I write what's going to happen. I write my future every day. I write it down and I do what I say I'm going to do. And then in order for me to do that as well, I see my plan and then I go. And then as soon as I achieve that for the day, I'm like, I'll put at the end of the day, win. I write down the win. So like, it's just those building blocks right there. I just make sure to continue. I'm so consistent with what I do every single day, and I'm learning every single day. And I say this on my posts, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, Snapchat. I do 4 to 6 hours of studying each and every single day on nutrition, day in, day out.
So you're going to transfer eventually. Do you want to own a company where you're a coach, or like, what is the plan? You're going to be a coach, or are you going like towards nutritionist mainly, or?
I plan on one day being the best nutritionist / coach in the world. So I'm going to be like, I'll have my own business for sure. Right now,
so like the #1 podcast with the name COLTOX.
I love that.
He's going to be the #1 nutritionist /
coach in the world. Just watch.
That's what we're talking about.
That
is the kind of people that I want on my podcast. So if you guys know of anyone else that is creative, that is driven, that is ready, roaring, and ready to go, just on fire for their dream and their passion, get them on the podcast. If you're listening to this right now and you're like, that's me, here's my dream, I want to tell more people, I want to inspire more people about this dream, like Moa here. Dude, is your name is Mauricio? Mauricio. Okay. There we go, Mauricio Lopez. I knew your name, but also I was like,
I hope I don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Trust me, everyone messes it up. I messed it up.
Look into the camera very confidently. We are here today with Mauricio. Just completely slaughtered.
I know, right?
So that's why I had to ask.
No, you're good. You're good.
If you're watching this, as I'm saying, why aren't you hitting me up?
Yeah,
YouTube channel's right here. Instagram is still at World of Colton. Hit me up. I want you on the podcast. He wants you on the podcast. Everyone watching wants you on the podcast because you are here to inspire other people. Honestly, everyone. I want everyone to be successful.
Oh, same.
Everyone should have the success that they want in their life.
Yeah, and let me tell you one thing. For the people that aren't working, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, you're making my job 10 times easier. Because it's really easy to be successful in this day and age because a lot of people aren't doing the work. So guess what? That makes it easy for you too, because the majority of people aren't going to do the work. But if you choose to do the work, just like Colton is doing, just like I am doing, you will get there. You're not going to get there in a day, maybe not in a year, but you'll get there. It's just like the GPS says 8 hours till destination. You can't expect to get there in 10 minutes. It said 8 hours. You just got to ride the ride, and you got to do it one day at a time. That's all you got to look. You look too far in the future, and you start to crap yourself out. I'm not there. I don't have it. This. You already lost. That's why I focus just on one day at a time.
Wow. You have your dream. and you're going to be investing in different things, investing in yourself, working on yourself. But
all of it's an investment. All of it.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
I don't find anything as a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. I just see it as me bettering myself, which means I get to better someone else, which means somehow it's going to come back to you. And, you know, I feel like if people were really to invest in themselves, this world would be a better place.
Yeah.
But we don't know how to do it, and I feel like the message is being kind of miscued, and it's just sad. But, you know, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why you're here, and that's why you're doing this podcast, because you're going to change the world. I
take that as a huge compliment, so thanks, man. Well, I'm really working on it.
No, I know you are, and you're doing it.
One day at a time. That is something if there's anything I'm going to pull from this, like, obviously the health lessons and everything, and just the inspiration from you, but if I'm going to pull anything from this, it's that one day at a time, like, and it's crazy, it's right at the end. So everyone who didn't make it to this very end part is gonna miss this, but you focus on one day at a time. You write down, you're not worried about a month ahead of time. You're not worried about a year ahead of time. You're like, today,
right now, I'm
gonna beat the me that was yesterday. I'm going to destroy it in the gym. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to work hard, and here are my goals for today. Tomorrow, there's the goals for tomorrow.
All right.
I wish I could just. I'm working on it.
No.
I'm focused on the year. I'm looking a year out. This is what, you know. But I need to do those building blocks, like you're talking about this entire time. A brick. Build that mansion. And I think that's incredible.
It's coming to you. I see it. I know it's coming. You got a beautiful heart. You're a beautiful person, man. You get to see all this beautiful world. You get to experience what other people don't. And the thing is, when you do experience, you value every second of it. Every second. And some people, they would see like, wow, that's just nature, you know? But you would be like, that's life, you know? And that's what we're here for, you know? Make it a better world. Let's do it.
I just wanted to end with the podcast with, I want you to give, just in summary, I want you to give your 5 things that people can do today to better themselves for the person they want to be tomorrow. Okay. And that can include, you know, sleep and all those things you talked about. And then I want you to give 5 superfoods.
Okay.
I want to include the nutritionist and I want to include the coach. Okay,
I love it.
So give us that coach and give us the nutritionist.
All right, so 5 things that I would say for sure. 1, association. Back to association. That's what's going to create your mind. That's what creates your thoughts. And it's what's going to create your actions. So focus on your association. Who's good? Who's bad? Try to eliminate the bad. If it's family, try to push yourself away from that in the nice way as possible. If they try to interject with you, just say, hey, I'm just not for me or whatnot. Just try to hold back and go listen to someone, call a friend, listen to a podcast, listen to someone that's going to help you. That's the first thing I would do for, you know. And then the second, I would say, if you're going to be doing anything, I'd say, enjoy the sun. Like, go outside, enjoy the sun, you know, be human.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. And then 3, work. You can't get anything without work. You know, everything's going to take time. Like I said, you know, we only focus one day at a time, because if you focus too far ahead, you're going to miss what's right in front of you right now. So that's why we need to focus on right now, what we can do to execute right now. It's all about executing. So that's something that's huge for me. And then 4, word usage. Watch what you say, because, you know, in today's day, it's very sensitive world that you can't say certain things. But I'm not saying to go out there and say mean things. What I'm saying is that if you're going to say something, make sure that person that you're talking to, leave the best impression you've ever left, you know, or left another person. Like, leave that person better than how you found them. If you're going to talk to someone new, are you going to impact them in a good way or a bad way? I choose to do you know, be the best I can, and that way I think of it like this, because I remember hearing a podcast. Just imagine that person's going to leave you a review. Imagine every single person you ever talk to is going to go to Yelp right now and leave a review about you. Did you earn a 1 to a 5? How do I get that 5? Well, you got to be the best version of yourself. And then here is the 5th tip. The 5th tip would be this: if you don't know what to do, if you don't have any friends to call, nobody to talk to, and you're like in a situation where you don't know what to do, this is who you ask. You're going to ask one person, you're gonna ask that boss voice inside your head. And this boss voice is, you're gonna say, if I was the best version of myself, what would the best version of myself do right now in the situation? Because remember, the best version of yourself thinks differently, talks differently, eats differently, stands differently, and just is a whole different person from who you are right now. Because that person's doing 10 times the things that you would never do. Ask that person, what should I do if you don't have the help? Just imagine how that person would act in that scenario. Bam. And it's called act as if. Act as if you were the best version of yourself.
Wow.
Pretty powerful, huh?
Wow.
I love it. I've heard it. It's just something that resonates with me, and you know, I want to help people get there. So now, nutrition. I already said the water, so I'm going to eliminate that. You said superfoods, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. One of my favorite foods is going to be spirulina.
Okay.
Okay, spirulina, you can get in powder form. It's kind of it's plant based.
It's funny. I just tried that like
how'd you like it?
A couple days ago. I mean, I drank it in a drink. It was the powder and everything, and I was like, wow, this is something. I had it with Chlorella.
Yeah, that's also another superfood. Oh my God! So he brought up the second one.
Okay, and then I had it in like a probiotic drink. So it was like probiotics and then the proteins.
Okay, cool,
and
cool,
it was
cool.
like
beautiful.
It was a little much, dude. It was like a laxative for me. It was like the first time my body had ever seen that like that much of that, and it was just like, get it out. But
oh yeah, they're super hyper and
I felt amazing the next day.
Oh no, for sure. It's good for joints. It's good for gut flora inside your small intestine and whatnot. So, oh my God, spirulina alone is 70% weight in protein. That's the highest dense protein you could get out of any kind of plant-based, food that you could be looking for. Another one I would really dark chocolate. Oh, I love dark chocolate.
What?
This is my favorite. I know this one really well. All right,
dark chocolate. Do you do like sugar-free dark chocolate? Is it just like no?
Just
you can have some sugar in it?
high quality dark chocolate.
Quality,
you don't want to buy like any kind of like just like little like to the 99-cent store and they have like a $2 dark chocolate bar. It's 60.
So you're okay with having a little bit of refined sugar?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 85% and higher.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm talking about some good dark chocolate. It's about $3 a bar.
Okay.
But there's researchers by the University of Berkeley that studied, or actually said that they confirmed that the high amounts of copper that is inside of dark chocolate actually mobilizes fat cells.
Really?
Yes. So it actually allows you to burn that fat off for when you're sleeping because you ate that dark.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, what exactly do you mean by mobilizes like fat cells?
It removes that fat, so it starts to shrink your fat cell. Oh, here's another cool thing. Your fat cells, you only have a certain amount and that's it. No more, no less. You can't create new ones. But your fat cells can expand 1,000 times their size. Ooh. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's kind of trippy. Because like me over here, I need to do some expanding.
You're good. I can tell you're insulin sensitive instead of insulin resistance. I could just tell by looking at your stomach. I could tell someone who's insulin resistant, someone that has a huge stomach is insulin resistant, and then your fat acts as an organ as itself, so it actually produces its own hormones, actually produces its own sugars. It actually creates new free radicals. It creates more cancer cells. And it makes everything so squished inside. Like there's no room. And that's why like digestion is so bad for people that are overweight, unfortunately, And so the one thing I'd say, eat some dark chocolate, baby.
Okay.
Eat some dark chocolate.
I would have never. That's crazy. I would have never guessed.
Oh, dark chocolate bar a day.
Spirulina.
Spirulina.
Chlorella.
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
Oh, you guys ready for this one? My favorite, another favorite, blueberries. Ooh. Oh,
okay, I'm down with that one.
I love the blueberries. I eat a lot of blueberries. Blueberries are high in magnesium. So magnesium allows you to use an energy source inside your fat called mitochondria. Mitochondria energy. So in order to use that, you need high amounts of magnesium. And good thing, you're gonna have blueberries. You eat blueberries. You're going to activate that fat storage as energy. So eat like 30, 40 of them a day. And now you're going to be going throughout your day, instead of burning just like your glycogen, now you're just using mitochondria energy, which is stored within your fat. So you're replacing one source of energy. Instead of using your glucose energy, you're using your mitochondria energy.
So it helps actually burn fat in that case. Wow.
It's cool.
So that's going like deep into nutrition.
That's like the science behind it.
Yeah, exactly. And that just shows like it's not just exercise, but it's also what you eat, eating healthy, keeping a balanced diet, because it almost seems like maybe for some people that are just a little bit chubby, just eating a balanced diet might be able to take them to where they want to be, even without crunching down super hard on exercise.
And then I'm just going to throw one more out there. Well, obviously this is the fifth one, I believe, and it's like any type of protein. So, but I'm going to give it like a little side something. So check this out. Let's just say beef patty, grass-fed beef patty, okay? Grass-fed, if it doesn't say grass-fed, don't get it. Super bugs inside there, which cause inflammation. So all meats are high in omega-6s. All meats, doesn't matter what you get. All meats are high in omega-6s. Omega-6s are, they cause an inflammatory response within your body, not just within your body, but in your frontal cortex. So you wonder sometimes why you get like headaches and stuff and whatnot. It's the food you eat that are causing these actions. So in order to counterbalance that, you want turmeric on it. So add a little turmeric right there, a little bit of pepper, anti-inflammatories. That helps reduce the omega-6s. And then to really counterbalance it, to really fight it, like I said, omega-6s are up. So and it's an essential amino acid. So in order to bring it down, take a fish oil to level it up a little bit.
Balance it a little bit.
And balance a little bit, you know. So that way it's not as high. It'll still be high, but you can bring it down a little bit with the fish oil or fish.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a little tip for you guys to, you know, fight against the foods that you're eating. And if you aren't eating grass-fed beef patties,
go vegetarian like me.
Vegetarian? Yeah, vegetarian. Yeah, you can do vegetarian. There is no wrong way to eat. The only wrong way to eat is not eating at all. So.
Okay, I can kind of disagree with that, but I mean, I get your point. I mean, there's a wrong way to eat, but it's getting to the end of the podcast. We're like our focus is not really. We're just kind of hanging out now. It's like it's not like all serious.
This was fun, man. I really enjoyed this.
Thank
was really
you.
good, man.
I'm super glad about that.
Oh, I know. It feels like it wasn't even really a podcast. I feel like we were just talking and having a good time.
That's exactly what I want it to be.
Yeah, that's just fun, man. I'm digging it.
Okay, well. Thank you guys so much for watching the second podcast of COLTOX, which is the #1 podcast in the world with the name COLTOX. Okay,
that's right.
We're going with that, and it's gonna be that way.
That's right, and he's gonna say every time too, until it really sticks, and people are gonna be like, he's been saying that for years, and they didn't believe him. And guess what? When it happens, he told you so.
I'm so happy to have you on the show, man. Thank you so much for coming out.
No, yeah, I appreciate it, man.
So I think we're done.
I think we're done. All right, guys.
Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic.